Senator Waters.
Thanks, President. My question is to Minister McKenzie, representing the Minister for Natural Disasters and Emergency Management. Bushfire victims are suffering from the climate crisis. It's not just 11,000 global scientists telling us about the climate emergency we're in. Affected mayors, rural fire service captains and bushfire survivors themselves are all being reported making the clear link between these intense bushfires and the climate crisis. Will you acknowledge this link? Or do you agree with the Nationals leader, Minister McCormack, that climate change is only the concern of raving inner-city lunatics?
The Minister representing the Minister for Natural Disaster and Emergency Management, Senator McKenzie. Order.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. You know, Senator Waters, we do this dance, and usually it's with Senator Di Natale, so it's lovely to have a different partner today. But I don't know how often I can stand in this place and actually say, I accept the science of climate change. Our government does. We've got a suite of initiatives across all portfolios to actually bring down and reduce emissions, and I'm happy to go to the initiatives in my own portfolio as Agriculture Minister, which takes climate change seriously and takes getting our emissions down seriously. So we can do that dance. We know that climate change is causing heat waves, fire weather and drought, and that to become more frequent and intense. We know that. So that's why we've got a raft of measures across government to actually deal with this. We're going to see sea levels rise. We're going to see a whole suite of changes across our continent, and that is why we're going to keep our international commitments and reduce our emissions. $3.5 billion of our Climate Reductions Fund to give practical measures to help small businesses and communities lower their emissions and to do their bit. And to come in here day after day as if somehow my response will change, it actually won't change. From agriculture's perspective, we're looking at how we can assist in soil degradation. Land care movement is playing a frontline role in assisting our environment and our farmers to adapt. Even last couple of weeks ago at the AgMins conference, all of Australia's agriculture ministers actually put forward climate action around agriculture, and I recommend you actually read that document before standing up here and, you know, somehow using the misery of those who are in regional New South Wales and Queensland to your political advantage.
Senator Waters, a supplementary question.
Thanks, President. Earlier this year, over 20 former fire chiefs and fire experts wrote to the Prime Minister warning of catastrophic fire risk because of the climate crisis and saying that Australia's services were unprepared, including in relation to water bombers. They asked to meet with the Natural Disaster and Emergency Management Minister and the Prime Minister, but they were fobbed off. And in fact, this morning they were insulted by Minister McCormack on national radio. Minister, why is the government ignoring these and other experts? And when will your government apologise to the people of New South Wales and Queensland who are facing
Waters,
these
time
fires?
For the question has expired. Senator McKenzie.
Look, you've asked what our government is doing to prepare for and reduce the effects of climate-related natural disasters. And we're investing $130.5 million to deliver the risk reduction initiatives at a national, state and local
Senator
level.
McKenzie. Senator Waters on a point of order.
Yes, thanks, President. With respect, I asked specifically when the government is going to apologise to people facing these catastrophic fires and why
Senator
you
Waters,
didn't take that meeting.
stop. Please stop it while you were repeating part of the question that came after the time for the question expired. And please cease talking when I'm making a ruling. You didn't ask all of that question within the allotted time. I will, all right, I apologise in advance if I wasn't, but I was taking notes, and because you went over the time limit, the minister's entitled to answer that part of the question that was asked. Senator McKenzie.
You know, I'm very, very happy to put on the record how seriously our government is treating climate change and its impact when it comes to disasters, natural disasters. As I was saying, $130.5 million to meet the need for authoritative climate and disaster risk information. We've got pilot projects in supply chain and freight sector to be completed in 2019. We've published tools to support all decision-makers to take better account of disasters when they make decisions that affect our communities across all sectors of society. And we've got the Australian Disaster Preparedness Framework for severe to catastrophic disasters, which is a set of framework that we work with others to actually ensure it rolls out and our communities are supported.